Hi guys, and welcome back to another Escape from Tarkov video. Today we are talking about the tier list for the keys in Escape from Tarkov. Now, I haven't used every single one of these keys, so there's going to be a little bit of reference back to last wipe or last patch. But what I mean is I haven't used every one of these keys this wipe. But I've done my due diligence to ask around to see what the changes are and if it has worked any well or not. But it's only literally like 3 keys, so just to cover those ones. Without further ado, let's crack straight into it. All right, so I'm going to start off with dorms on the left. We've got dorms, then we've got Shoreline, we've got woods up here, Interchange, reserve, labs, and Lighthouse, the last one. There'll be timestamps down below if you want to just skip to a certain section. There'll be an image link down below if you want to just go straight to the image. Starting with customs. Now, customs has been one of the easy money makers for Escape from Tarkov if you know what to do with these keys. So, for example, 105, 110, 114, 214, 204, directors. Directors is the old customs office key, by the way. Gas station office. These are all safe keys. If you are going to do customs and you want to loot the safes and all that stuff, my suggestion, get a key tool. Put all your keys for customs in a key tool or a SIG case, and then have an empty docs case for all your looting. The Saints will have stuff like diaries and Veritas pricks and cash, and you want to all be able to chuck that in a docs case. If you take a SIG case as well for the keys to hold the keys, you could put dog tags in there, the skull ring and stuff like that. So it really does work out better if you do it that way, and it would take up obviously 3 to 4 of your squares in your container, but the amount of money you'll make even if you die is just fucking worth it. Obviously these are just the safe keys. I don't think they're like S tier or anything like that in the fact of just being in for customs. I think all these is pretty much going to be in your S tier, sorry, your C tier. And what I mean by that, they're worthwhile getting because of just the goodness that you can get out of making money from it. Anything under C tier, I'd say I wouldn't even bother wasting taking into your raid. The changes to this though, however, is your 114 key is also a quest key, and that's why it will go up to a B tier key because it has inside there a not just a quest, but it's got a med case and also a computer. Now, director's office key for customs is probably one of the better keys that you can have because it has the safe in there as well, but it's also got a jacket. It's a quest key. It has 3 computers inside the garbage bin. Also is an intel spawn. So it's actually quite a solid key. And I guess bang for buck, it's actually quite valuable. And you need it for 2 quests as well. So they're the safe keys so far. Now for the rest of the keys, I'm not going to show them all because they're just not worth showing you entirely. But 104 is a key that I would say you should put on your list. It's not something you should definitely have. But 104 has 2 jackets in there. And if you're going to have it in your collection of customs, definitely put it there. USEC. Okay, this key, honestly, is trash because you can jump through the window. After you get to about, I honestly think it's about level 15 strength, you can jump through the window and don't even need a key to get in there. So, or at least one of the 2 rooms. Waste your money on it if you want. 206 is not even going to get put on the list. Factory key is definitely a tier key. It doesn't actually give you access to anything loot-wise besides a filing cabinet and I think a weapon box for the factory key shortcut. But what it does do is it gives you access to an extract, which can be very, very, very helpful. Factory key should definitely be something you should hang on to in your customs box case. 303 is a quest key. Wouldn't stress too much about that. Checkpoint key, I personally wouldn't waste your time with it. There's a weapon crate, a ammo crate. I think that's it inside checkpoint. 308, I don't know why it's even in this fucking list. 220 is a quest key. Grab it if you can. You need it for a quest, but eventually just buy it on the flea market. Besides that, there is a duffel bag and a jacket in there. Nothing too crazy for that. Now, there's 2 different cabin keys. One's for the skier quest. The other one is for a cabin that is located near the Crossroads extract. And inside that cabin is 3 jackets. So that should be... Actually, I would actually put that for 3 jackets for a shitty little key. I'd chuck that up there as something worthwhile doing it. It's near the sheds and garages and stuff towards the checkpoint. That's not checkpoint, the Crossroads extract, and it's got 3 jackets in there. So it's worth it. Trailer park extract, I think it's called. It's one of those ones. All right, for the rest of these keys, 306, waste of time. 315, waste of time. 103, waste of time. 203, quest key, wouldn't even waste your time after that. It's that bad. 218, crap. 108, crap. 118 is a double jacket key. I'll put it down here. It's kind of in par with 104. because you're going to be going in with either a SIG case or a key tool, you should have all these keys. All right, that should be these are the keys you should have in there. If you really wanted to, I'd put checkpoint down here and GDES down here. When you go in with your key tool or your SIG case with your empty docs case as for the loot, inside your key tool or your SIG case should be all these keys. Checkpoint, I just explained. GDES has, I think, 3 weapon crates in there. Sometimes it pays, sometimes it doesn't. It's one of those things. It's actually 2 weapon crates and an ammo case, if I remember rightly. So it's not great, but you could probably put it up here, but it's definitely not good. It's not bad either. It's like, it's eh. But yeah, these are the ones you should definitely have inside your docs case or key tool or whatever every time you go into a customs raid. Lastly, marked room. You guys are going to be like, but Pestily, the marked room's been nerfed to buggery. There will be a video coming out probably the day after this video talking about the marked room. And I bought a marked key. It cost me 5 graphics cards, which at the current point in time was about somewhere between 2.5 and 3 million rubles. And then I ran it 24 times. I had 25 times, you know, as the plan, but somewhere my recording got lost for one of them. After 24 times, I got my numbers right here. I made 6.9 million rubles. No pun intended. Nice. Some key items for you guys to know about. One dog tag case, 5 document cases, 2 ammo cases, and a key tool. Now, if I had also found something like a stim case, they're worth like 900k right now to $1 million. You know, more key tools instead of docs cases could have made that number go up. So Dawn's marked room is still very, very, very good. I would say, let me quickly just double check. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 of the 24 recordings that I had. 8 of the 24, which is 1 in 3, had a container in there. The rest of them had guns or other stuff. The guns that I got in there, I got a lot of DVLs, which sold for 100k. Some Mark 18s, which vended for 100k. And just some other guns that are good you use in general, so like Mark 18s. So not Mark 18s, MK47s. Factory key S tier? Why the fuck would a factory key be S tier, bro? Why? It's got no loot. It's literally just an extract key. It's got 1 filing cabinet and the shortcut you can jump over. All right, that is it for customs. Shoreline's a monster. Shoreline is a monster. I'm pretty much just going to list them as I see fit as they come through. Starting from safe keys. I like safe keys, but I'm going to put them down here because they're cool and all. But for Shoreline, it's a little bit different. So there are your 4 safes. Just so you guys know, the safes are 1's down in the cottages, 2 are in the admin building, and 1 is in West 321. So these ones are actually the safes in there. You're not really going Shoreline to run safes. You can definitely make money from doing it, but you wouldn't be going to the resort. You'd be going to the cottages. So you get 4 safes in the cottages. You get the gas station down at the down near the pier, and you get 2 more in the pier. They're there for you, but that's not the primary main loot way of Shoreline, and so that's why I'm going to put these ones down in the D tier. Whereas in customs, you could the density and how quickly you can make the money from the safes and jackets works really well, and that's why I've got them in the C tier. All right, SMW key is the like BMW looking car in front of the unlocked cottage. Trash key. I'm not even going to put if it's like down here, guys. Most of them I'm just going to dump down here because it's not really worth just having this big pile of shitty keys over here. You want to know the ones that you want to take in, all right? The priority ones. West 112, it's a quest key and it has a blue key card spawn, so you definitely want to get that item, get that key. West 104 has a blue key card spawn, but besides that, it's only got some shitty meds. But it's definitely worth holding on to, and it should be inside your list. Some of these keys double up. So West 203, 205, going to the exact same room, has a red key card spawn, got a lot of meds and stuff in there. So I would definitely put this up there as an A list, just because it's got that red key card spawn. And there's a lot of med spawns and stuff in there too. Probably 3, so there's 2 med cases, a weapon case, there's an MP5 spawn, ophthalmoscope, and a LEDX spawn. So it's worth it. It's worth it. Like, they're worth going into those ones. It's probably very underrated, actually. Maybe it could even sneak into S tier, but the LEDX spawns aren't that common to make it an S tier. That's probably about the main reason why. Storeroom. Now, this key, underrated as fuck. This one, you can find graphics cards and stuff. It's also used for a quest. It's the same as the East 328 key. However, East 328 key is only opens up the East 328 door, whereas the storeroom opens up the room next to it, which gets you into East 328. But on the other side, on the west wing, opens up 2 doors in there that one has a jacket, and then the other 2 have the jacket and also has a shelf for barter trade items, and just underneath it, barter trade items as well. So if you're going to buy an East 328 key, don't buy the storeroom key. You get 3 doors for the price of 1. It's legitimately so much better. This key, fuck it off. Don't even have it. Don't even use it. Just don't use it. Utility room key. That's the one you need. Should go back to cottages. Cottages is a quest key. If you get it, you should hold on to it. It gives you access to a safe, a computer, and it's needed for a quest. So I'll put that here. You could almost double it up with that one, but the cottage key is actually worth more because of the quest being in there. All right, sticking with the west wing. Now, there's a few keys I've got to just do off the back of my memory. West 218, 221, 222. I believe it's this. West 222. These are all the exact same keys. Go to the exact same rooms. 216, yep. All right, cool. That's how it looks. Red key card spawn in this one. I'd put it here as well. These all go to the exact same spot. You know, you can get one of these. You don't need all 3. I would say red key card spawn, RSAS spawn. It's pretty low, but you can get an RSAS in there. 2 weapon cabinets, weapon case, med case, loose med spawns, loose cash spawns, loose food spawns, loose ammo spawns. It's a decent key. And obviously the red key card inside there as well. So, you know, red key cards aren't really the greatest key right now, but they definitely are still worth money. And they're also a bit of a flex. Like, I've got a red key card. Look at me. You're a peasant. So, you know, a lot of people like having red key cards to show their wealth. You know, like somebody who drives a Lamborghini would be like, look at B, I'm rich as fuck. And then you would be there being like, I drive a Lighter Neva. So, anyway, moving on. West 301, this key is S tier. 301 is a great room. It's got LEDX spawns, off-scope spawns, graphics cards can spawn in there. It's got 2 computers, barter trade items, med spawns. Did I say LEDX? It's got fucking everything. All right, so West 301, S tier. It should be on your purchase list as an early key. Now, for 219, 220, 219 is actually pretty ordinary. I'm going to put that down here in the B tier. 219 is needed for a quest. However, 220 does it for you. All right. And if you get the 220 key and you want to do the quest for that's in 219 for the generators, Spa Tool part 4 or 3, I think it's part 4. You just go out to the balcony of 220 and then up to the doorway. But in 220, there's also like 2 weapon crates, a gold spawn, and meds and stuff that spawn in there as well. So 220 is a good key. 216. Also a very good key, and I would say it's worth getting 216. Another quest key, but also has really good med spawns and other stuff in there as well. Now, this apparently is the wide version of the list that I got, and you can already see that I'm going to probably struggle to make space here. We'll see how we go. Now, over to the East Wing. So, I would say for East Wing, 107, ground floor, it's got 2 med containers in there, some loose spawns. I don't remember seeing a LEDX there any time in the last probably year. But maybe it does spawn in there. You do get a lot of Tetrises in there. You get a lot of Tetrises. I'm going to actually put this across here just because we're going to run out of space otherwise. And chat's saying right now that there's GPU spawns in there. So this one probably could be in B, but we'll leave it here for now. All right, 222, 226, S tier. And this one is great because you'll get LEDX spawns, off-scope spawns. There's a gold spawn where you can get like Bitcoins and stuff. There's a grenade case, weapon case. Actually, it might be 2 weapon cases. Food spawns. And also, you get a chance to get some good barter trade items. You can get graphics cards in there. I haven't seen any right now, like as in like this wipe so far. But last wipe, there was definitely graphics cards in there. And I'm pretty sure chat would agree that there's still graphics card spawns in there. It's just that I haven't really ran a lot of Shoreline. I've done enough. Like I've done probably 50 raids. But you know, like 50 raids isn't a great test sample to see if how consistent loot is in somewhere. This is East 110, or the sand, the key with tape, key with blue tape on it. This key, this is your most consistent spawn of LEDXs in the game at the moment, besides labs. There's a shelf as soon as you walk in on the left that can have LEDXs. There can be LEDXs in the shower bit. And also when you move into where the desk is in the back right corner, on the ground can have LEDXs there. I've definitely found LEDXs this wipe in there. And in my opinion, it's the most consistent spawn, this wipe, for LEDXs, particularly against something like the Ultra Medical key. But I think if you're really after LEDXs, craft one for the quest, or do labs. Labs has actually been not too bad. 205, 206. This one is just a gold spawn. I'm probably going to put this down here. You've got 3 weapon crates, some med spawns, a med crate, and a gold spawn. It's not horrible. It's actually quite good. But compared to these keys, it's just nowhere near as good. East 306 is also the same as East 308. This one is, it's needed for a quest. So this one's needed for a quest, 2 quests. But also it's got 3 computers and a heap of meds in there. This one could creep into A tier, but it's like by the time you've looted all these ones, it's really just the top up room. I suppose the big bonus is there is DVL spawn on the wall. It doesn't happen all the time, but it does happen often enough. And early wipe, it can make you a lot of money. But yeah, 3 computers in there. You could try your luck trying to get GPUs and stuff out of them, but overall, it's not too bad of a key. I don't think it's A tier worthy though. Like, after you've bought all these, you should definitely be buying these. That's the point I'm trying to make. So East 313, 314, there's a LEDX spawn in there that's very, very, very low. I'm going to put it here because it's just very low. I've found like 2 LEDXs there in like over all my wipes over a lot of runs. Also, there is some barter trade items and a med crate. They used to have like 3 med crates in there and it used to be really good. I think it's about there. It's definitely something you should hold on to. Like, if you get all these other keys, you should definitely pick these up. It's not godly at all. East 310, I still think East 310 can deliver. It's one of those ones where it's like, I guess when you play like a game like baseball and you got this one guy that's got like, he's like super, super, super strong, but he can't hit for shit. Like, that's kind of what East 310's like. You know, when he does hit, it's really sweet, but the rest of the time it's pretty shit. So I feel like, I think hopefully that's a good analogy. I don't know. Like, I don't play much baseball, but East 310 can sometimes really deliver, or it just will have nothing in it for a fair few raids. But for the price of the key, I think it's worth grabbing quite early on. Sand 316. This is a one that has, it's 2 weapon crates. I'm remembering it correctly. It's 2 weapon crates and then a med bag on the balcony. But on top of that, it also has a lot of attachments. And those attachments can also include a lot of suppressors that are worth a lot of money. It's not a B tier key. You'll barely see people go in there, but it's definitely a key worth picking up. And definitely having inside your docs case, SIG case, whatever you're going to take in. My suggestion for Shoreline guys would actually be take in a docs case so you've got room to loot these safes and some of the other items you'll find inside the resort and put them in your docs case. But then I'd also probably have all the keys in a SIG case just because of the amount of fighting and that you'll get from it. Now, a Heps key. A Heps key is actually a really strong key. Underrated as fuck. It has 3 weapon crates in there and a really good spawn for weapon attachments. But on top of that, there is an intel spawn underneath the desk. And intel's very, very rare right now. But it's definitely worth picking up. Oh, there's the Heps key. I wish I could just tidy this up just a touch. I think that's a pretty accurate list for Shoreline. I would almost suggest that you should do it in this order. All right. And last but not least, West 306. This key is needed for a quest. It has 2 bodies in there and a med crate. Is there a med crate? Yeah, there's a med crate as well. 2 bodies and a med crate. It sits somewhere here. It's needed for a quest, but the loot in there, they used to have like an M4 and M1A spawn, and I really don't see it that often, but I'd say C tier. Okay, if you find it, it's actually probably B tier because it's just so valuable early wipe. But later on, it does get very, very cheap because there's a quest later on that gives you one. So those ones, people that already have the key will sell their extra key. So that's pretty much all the keys for Shoreline, and we'll leave Shoreline at that. All right, so next map, Woods. Really only 2 keys to worry about for Woods. ZB014 and the Sturman safe key. Or stash key, sorry. ZB014. It used to be like really, really trash. Then they started making it spawned in like 1,000 body 60 round mags for the quest, which was amazing. And then they made it trash again, and now it's back to actually spawning in 60 round mags again. So ZB014 is actually a decent key. I know it's like there's not many keys for Woods, but I would actually say that both these keys would sit at A tier. If you go on Woods, I did 100 Sturman stash runs, and I found 5 Red Rebels in those 100 runs. This was about 2 wipes ago, and I don't think it would have changed too much in that time. If you kill Sturman and you feel like you can safely loot his stash and get out, I would 100% recommend it. If you don't know if you can survive the raid because you're either overweight or there's still heaps of people fighting in that, I would just chuck the key in your butthole. Make sure you've got one aside for the quest or Jaeger, and then maybe use it at a later date. But I honestly think this key is fairly underrated, the Sturman stash key, and that it's definitely worth making money from. If anything, I'd probably put the ZB key just slightly lower, just because there's so much hit and miss, but it does open up another extract. So either of these keys could sit here depending on how lucky you are that day. You're feeling lucky, punk. I don't know. ZB's probably been really good to me actually this wipe with the amount of 60 rounders I've got from it, and it is an extra extract. So I don't know. I'm going to lean towards doing it this way, and we'll just call it there for now. But honestly, either could be either way. All right, interchange time. So interchange, these are our keys. Emicon. Emicon has a LEDX spawn, also is needed for a quest, and overall a heap of meds that spawns in there. It's not an amazing key. I haven't really seen many LEDXs in there. I think like 2 ever. So I'm just going to put it in a B. I don't really think it's worth, like, it's not like, oh my God, I need the Emicon, but you do need it fairly early on for a quest. Probably around the mid-level 20s. You're going to need that for a quest. And I think they're sitting around 200k right now. So it's a key worth picking up. The Kiba keys, both in and out. This is a double whammy. One's from Gunsmith Part 11. The other one you need to do the barter trade or get from... The Kiba is still a very, very strong place to get loot. Would I put it S tier? I think it actually is. I actually think Kiba is S tier. It's got Reaper spawns in there. You can get some really good attachments. You know what? Yeah, I'm S tiering this shit. Particularly this early in the white, we're like 6 weeks in. The amount of attachments you'll get in there that you'll sell on the flea market for like 50 to 100k is insane. Like, you'll definitely make your money back within, I'd say within 10 raids of surviving Kiba. So yeah, I'm going to put these 2 up in the S tier. And if anyone doesn't agree with me, I don't really care. But definitely good. When it comes to the register keys, they're all going to sit... We're over here, sorry. They're all going to sit here, but the Goshen key could definitely sit slightly above just because it's needed for a quest. But honestly, these are all handy, but they're not like, oh my God, that's so amazing, I've got these keys. Now, like I said, Goshen is needed for a quest. There's a barter trade for it if you struggle to get it, and it's expensive on the flea market. The cool thing about these is if you want to take the car extract, you just go to a couple of the cash registers, you've got your money. If you are just bored and you've got mates that are taking forever to loot around you, start looting cash registers, and you can make yourself like 100,000 rubles. And I usually put most of these keys inside document cases these days, or even if you do want to use a zip case, you can put all the cash in there. And you'd be surprised how quickly you'll eventually get up to like 100,000 rubles looting the cash registers. There's 35 cash registers in Goshen, and there's about 14 in Idea and about the same in Ollie. When your mates are taking forever, just quickly go loot some. It just gives you something to do. There is a couple of cash registers. I can't remember exactly if this is true or not, or if I'm hallucinating, but I think there's a couple of cash registers upstairs that unlocked by these keys as well. I think it's like near the Burger King. I'll leave Ultra Medical key for now. Let's go with Pharmacy. Pharmacy has definitely gone up in value. I would probably put it up at B tier. It's got all your med spawns in there. I don't remember finding a LEDX in there, but I've heard multiple people say you can find LEDXs in here. So it could be an A tier if there is LEDX spawns in there, but chat will correct me if I'm wrong right now. Can you find LEDXs in there? That's my question to chat. All that's happening, I'm going to go over Ollie Logistics, Ollie Utility, and Ollie Office. Now, Ollie Office and Utility, these are D tier. All right, they're actually really trash. I honestly don't feel like you can get anything ever good. Just some barter trades, and the Office key, I'm pretty sure that's the admin key. That has a computer in there. That's about it. Ollie Logistics, however, is C tier because you need it for a quest, and there's still the computer in there and that. So you can get Deadly Slob's beard oil inside the Office and Logistics on the back shelf as well. So that's handy there. As for the power key, I'll chuck this one down here. This is also not very good at all. It's a weapon crate and a couple of barter trade spawns on the ground. Chat does believe that they can find LEDXs inside Pharmacy. I'm going to leave it at B tier just because I'm not convinced it's worth it. 11SR and 21WS. 11SR is the one for the Burger King extract. You press the thing in the toilet and then you go down into the basement and extract. Am I correct, chat? I'm 99% sure I'm right. I get these confused all the time. This is your safe room extract. SR standing for safe room. This one is amazing. All right. I don't know what the price is right now. Can we get a price check in chat? If this is under 1.5 million, this is amazing. All right. And I'll tell you why. Think of it as like this. If it was at 1.5 million and you get 15 uses from it, that is 15 car extracts for 100k. Now, when Interchange is like sketch as fuck when you're trying to extract, it gives you a very safe way of extracting. And I honestly think it's worthwhile just for that reason alone. But chat's saying it's around 800 to 900k right now, which means it's about 50k per extract, a little bit more, say 60k. Now, on top of that, inside there, you can find Moonshine very consistently, right? Moonshine right now is selling for like 300k. You can find gold spawns being Bitcoins, GP coins, and all that kind of stuff. So it's definitely worth it for that. Then on top of that, I would say you got a couple of weapon crates and you find the whiskey all the time as well. So I would actually put this up in the S tier. This is actually a really, really good key to have if you're an Interchange main. If you just go Interchange like once in a blue moon and you don't go there that often, don't waste your money on it. It's just a really good way to get a safe way out. If you work as a squad, it means the whole squad can get out nice and quick and easy. Like what I usually do is put someone down there, put someone on the hole down underneath, and then get someone to flick the key. And then that way you've pretty much got the whole way out. So covered. So yeah, definitely worthwhile. And in my opinion, if you combine this with Kiba and you work as a squad, this combination is absolutely ownage. All right, 21WS. This one, Geekster did a video about it a long time ago. I'm sure it's probably still very consistent with what his results were. Now, I'll get a price check on chat for this key, but this is a resident sleeper fucking, or people that are resident sleepering on this key. It's 400k at the moment. Now, if the power is on, this key is located on the outside, let's call it trailer park area, outside Ollie. You flick the thing on side the shipping container, and you can go inside there. And there's a heap of weapon attachments, a couple of weapon crates. I think there's an M4 spawn in there. And on top of that, you also get trooper armors in there. As a whole, this key is not worth like, oh my God, I got to go right out of my way for it immediately. But if the power is on and you're over in that area, this can be an easy couple 100,000 ruble top up. So in my opinion, this one is a key that a lot of people sleep on and don't pay enough attention to. If you want to go check out Geeks' video, it's a little bit older now, but it's still, I honestly believe it will still hold up. It's definitely doing it. This key definitely does make its money back and then some on top. Ultra medical key. This key, in my opinion, has been the biggest letdown of this wipe. I can't remember how many times I've done it. I think I've done probably 15 runs of ultra medical, and the most I've found out of it is an ophthalmoscope, which for a lot of people is needed. I paid 3 million rubles for this key. Now, have I got my money back from it, or would I get my money back from it? Easily. No problem whatsoever. Someone in chat saying 52 opens for 1 LEDX. I honestly think you'll definitely get your monies back, but it's one of those keys that it used to be like, holy shit, ultra medical, you'll get your money back in like 3 raids because you get like 7 LEDXs. I wouldn't complain about having it, but I wouldn't go out of my way to buy it. Like if I was telling you to buy keys for Interchange, that's probably the order I'd tell you to buy keys. Start at the top here, get these two. They're definitely worthwhile. If you're, say, interchanging main, this is definitely a good one for outside. If you can pick it up and you run it past it, get some easy money. Particularly, okay, this key, you know, the way to make the biggest bang for buck on this key is if you're doing stash runs, right? And you're all the way around to that point of doing the stash runs, and the power's on, bam, you grab that on your stash run and you keep going. You've just made heaps more money. It's good to go. If anything, I would say get pharmacy because at least it's cheap and that would be a better method. Get pharmacy first. But yeah, I would probably put that around there. If these were more consistent for good loot, then I'd definitely be putting them up higher, but they're not. All right. Now, Reserve. Reserve is a monster of a map when it comes to keys. So this is fucked. This map is fucked for keys. And I'll tell you why. Based off value alone, right now, this is what this list would look like. This would pretty much be the tier list based off value. Because PKPM is required to barter trade for a marked key, which is this one here. Actually, I'd probably have those there, right? And then RBST is needed for a quest, but super rare. So everyone's fighting over like bloody no tomorrow. And SMP is starting to get found enough and opened enough that people get past the quest because there's like other loot in there worthwhile going in for. This key's starting to actually just start selling normally. But these two keys are like unicorns in the fucking game right now. If you find these keys, you're very, very, very lucky. If you were going to make a tier list based off value, this is kind of how it would look, you know? This is how it would look. But it's not exactly what, in my opinion, the value of what keys are worthwhile and what aren't. In saying that, all right, this is how I'd probably do the keys. RBSMP for loot is okay. It's okay, right? But it's not, there's no LEDX spawns in there. It's very valuable key though. This is where it's going to be confusing, guys. If you see this is based off what key you should keep to go into raids, right? It's needed for a quest. It's got okay loot in there, but it's not a key that you need to be like, if you find this key at the moment, I would generally say sell it. Sell this key. Can I get a price check on RBSMP right now? I'm pretty sure it's still sitting around the 800k to $1 million mark. Might have dropped a little bit, but in my opinion, if you find this key, sell it. It's 800k apparently. So I would sell it, wait till you get to the quest and then buy it again, or maybe you'll just get lucky and it'll be already open. RBST, it's in the exact same boat right now. It's so ridiculous. Only because this key is needed for a quest and it's super bloody rare is it valuable at the moment. Once people get past this quest, this key is going to be worthless. Like legit, it's going to go from literally within, like I say, 1 or 2 weeks, it'll go from being super valuable and rare to completely worthless. This key at the moment, because of the value of the barter trades, it's up there as like, oh my God, this is amazing. But the actual loot itself in this room, trash. Absolutely trash. I've actually been having a lot of success with these keys at the moment for loot. I would say I've found a few docs cases and a few key tools in these. Actually, no, I found an injector case early in the wipe too. I think bang for buck, these keys are actually quite valuable for reserve, and you should definitely take advantage of it. Now, the RBST key does have good loot spawns in there, but it's got like 2 tank battery spawns and some of the 30 mil shell spawns and a heap of weapon crates. It's not like, holy shit, you made so much money. These are so cheap right now, and you'll get your money back in them. You'll find some good guns and stuff. These orb keys, they're actually not very good for loot. You'll get some weapon attachments. You'll get some guns and stuff. I'm actually just going to put it like this so it's tidy. But right now, they are selling for a lot of money because they're needed for a quest. So I'm going to put them here. They are, like I said, they're very valuable right now. You'll get some BT ammo. Might get some BS if you're lucky. You get some attachments and some AKs. If you're doing hardcore though, these keys are S tier. All right, because you can very consistently find AK-74Us and you can very consistently find AK-74Ms in there. So also if you are stuck on Punisher Part 5 for handing over an AKN, which I think there's a craft now anyway, but these are very valuable right now purely for the quest alone. RBAK is a drop down room. It's not even worth carrying. You can just drop down for it. So let's just trash that key. RBAM, it used to be really, really good. It used to be really, really good. It's still got 2 toolboxes in there, 3 toolboxes in there, some loot spawns, a jacket, and there's an intel spawn in there, but it seems to be really missed now. Like it used to have filters in there all the time, geometers and all that kind of stuff, all the military tech loot. They don't seem to be spawning in there very much. Unless I'm missing something or I haven't seen them. Can anyone in chat back me up here? Have you seen much of the military loot inside RBAM? If so, I might bump this up to B tier, but I've probably done about 10 to 15 loots of this room and I haven't seen much, if not any. Now, all these keys, MP 112, 111, 13, these keys, in my opinion, are pretty good if you want to loot. Like it, I would break down reserve into how you want to loot it. If you're going to go for the night buildings, these keys are actually pretty good. You can get tank batteries and a lot of jackets in there, toolboxes. One of them has a pimped out AK. I can't remember the exact number. It's on the one closest to the Bishop buildings in the second floor on the, I can't remember the exact one, but it's like that one actually does have a decent AK, as in modded AK spawn in there, but it's not like, oh my God, you know, these keys are amazing, but it'll definitely supplement your runs. The thing about reserve is if you can survive reserve, you can make a lot of money. And if you're going in as a squad, these keys are definitely worth clearing the building for. I think it is MP 21 and chat saying it is. So honestly, I would put these as B tier because it actually does supplement your run really well. The problem with these keys is how expensive they are. Now, people are going to probably freak out a little bit after I go down the list of what I'm going to say. Now, RBKSM, I'm going to put that with the SMP key. Even though SMP key is needed for a quest and it's really, really expensive right now, for loot-wise and usability, they're about the same. They're about the same. KSM has a duffel bag in there and a slightly less med spawns. RBAO, I would put this with your VO key. All right, if you're already getting RBVO, you might as well get RBAO at the same time. It's right next door to it and actually has some decent loot in it. You can get 3 AKs in there, heaps of weapon attachments. It's actually not too bad. KPRL is the room outside the dome that has the 2 safes in it. In my opinion, it's a really good key, really solid key. 2 safes, a weapon cabinet at the bottom of one of the safes. If you're already up there, there's another safe right next to it in the room next to it. So it's definitely one of the keys I would be holding on to and putting on my loot list and my loot run. Particularly if you go up to the dome, I would put RLSA with that key just because it's already up near the dome and you can definitely get some good loot inside there. There's a heap of filing cabinets as well. So it all supplements each other. These are both dome keys and I would definitely say grab both if you're going to be going up to the dome a lot. The rest of these keys, this is a trash key. There's nothing for it. All right. So for the rest of the keys, for reserve. So PP, trash, AK, trash. Now I'll go with the ones that it's going to make more sense to match up with stuff. So RBTB is the one right outside BK room. Now, most people would go, why would I worry about TB? Because TB is just, you know, nothing usually spawns that good in there. You get a lot of suppressors, and you also get a pimped out AK that spawns in there as well. So RB, BK, and TB work really well together. You will get a lot of conflict there because you're already over there and people will be rushing towards BK. It is a way to supplement that BK room as well. So yeah, if you can get the pimped out AK, it's a win. RS and KORL are both dome keys. Personally, I don't really find them that valuable and that good at all. So this is probably the first D tier for reserve. I wouldn't even waste my time really buying them unless like you're really, really desperate. RBRH is for the king building. It's like a room. It's got like a weapon shelving in it, which never has weapons in it. And I think a filing cabinet. It's not very good at all. That one is also a D tier. RBGN OP. These two are for the underneath the king building. One's got I think it's the GN, has the 2 toolboxes in it. No, OP has 2 toolboxes and sometimes some filters spawn in there as well. And GN has a filing cabinet and used to have a lot of intel spawn in there as well. Currently, not very valuable in my opinion. I'd put that here. RBOB, this one is on the same building as the RBBK room. And this one is also, I wouldn't even bother buying it. Actually, fuck it. This is probably an ET key. It's actually really, really bad. I very, very, very rarely find anything decent in there. Now, last but not least, the PS8182, PSP1, PSP2. These keys, in my opinion, are the S tier keys for reserve right now. In my opinion, these keys are S tier. I don't know what they did this wipe, but right now they buffed the shit out of storage containers. If you got your technical supply crates, medical supply crates, ration supply crates, about a month ago, probably 2-3 weeks into the wipe, they literally went from like having like 1 to 5 items in there to right now they have like up to 10 items in there. They are actually absolutely stacked, and there are so many supply crates in there in the bunker. Every single one of these keys you should have if you play reserve a lot. I am literally making 1 million rubles a run going down there and just picking up all the tech spawns and other random items in there, all the food spawns and all that. You take a big backpack and you can get out. If you're like, oh mate, store slave, he's saying wrong. He's just telling you wrong because what he wants is you not to go there so he can get all the loot. But honestly, this is definitely easy money. If you go loot them all, the amount of tech spawns you're finding in there is insane. All right, laboratory. This one's very straightforward. I'm going to give you my honest opinion. First up, blue, F tier. If you get a blue key card and you can sell it on the flea market, you have done nothing but made more money than you'll ever get. If you sold it on the flea market for 1 million rubles, you've made more money than you'll ever get from a blue key card room inside labs. It is horrible. It's horrible. I don't even know why people still fucking use it or even buy it. It's so bad. Right, it is so bad. Black key card. This one is probably S tier at the moment. I'm not even exaggerating. You'll find LEDXs in there. You'll get stims in there. Now to the glory of a fucking overpowered stim case where you can shove 16 stims up your asshole. You can literally go in there and suck up every single one of those stims and put it in one square in your asshole. So now if you pay 160k to get your labs key card, you go into the black key card room, pick up 10 stims, suck them up right up there. You've already made your money back for your labs key card and it takes up 1 square in your container. How the fuck does that even make sense? This is not a stim fucking, container video, but it is overpowered. It is stupid and it is overpowered. So I hope they do change it in the future what's. I don't care how they change it, but it's stupid. Anyway, moving on. Violet key card. The violet key card is actually been not too bad. It's not great, but it's not too bad. You'll find just inside on the right hand side, you can find like lions and cats and that. They're invisible, but in the bottom shelf of that little cabinet, they're actually invisible. Some good stuff that can spawn in the server racks, and then there's 3 weapon crates. I'd probably put this as B tier. You could also get stuff on the chair now as well. So I'd probably put this as B tier just because it's a fairly expensive key and it'll take you a little while to get your money back. But it is pretty solid. It is pretty solid. All right, yellow card, S tier. All right, this card, you go in there, it costs you like bugger all to get. And it is seriously, you'll get graphics cards, LEDXs on the chairs and stuff. It's straight up S tier. This key is amazing. You got labs, make sure you have a yellow card. I'm not even exaggerating. You buy this key a few wipes ago, you're buying it at cost price. Now, it's just massive bank. All right, green key card and red key card. These 2 rooms I haven't done much. I've been in 1 red room this wipe, and I've gone into 2 greens. Honestly, I haven't done a lot of these, but I asked around a little bit. how it's changed in that. Green keycard room, it's okay still. It used to be like the holy shit, I need to go this room all the time. I'd probably still put it as an A tier. It's nowhere near as amazing as black and yellow cards right now. Now, red key card, this has been a bit of a letdown for a red key card. The reason why I'm putting red key card where I am is because it's a show of wealth and a flex. All right, I'm still gonna put it up at B, and the reason why is I don't want I don't want to push you guys to be like, oh, don't even waste your time with it, because red key card, they usually will go through these little waves of changing the loot in there, and next time it comes out, like next time the wave happens, it'll be like, oh my god, I'm getting like 1,000,000 rubles a run from red key card. So it's still going to be one of those keys that if you find it, it's going to sell for shitloads. It's got great value in there. But right now, these ones should be the price of the red key card. I'm not even exaggerating. These should be your highest value items, and then this one should be like down a lot lower. The amount of money I make from these two are insane. ASR, which is required for the red key card, so that goes linked into there. But what I'll do is I'll put this one behind it because they're linked together. Key with tape. If you do get one of these, the loot inside that kind of pays for itself, but they're actually good for a barter trade. Earlier, Wipe, I was buying these for 100k each, and then barter trading it for the G28 that was pimped out. So it actually wasn't too bad. But honestly, besides the quest, I wouldn't waste your time with it. Management office. This has honestly been the worst wipe for the management office. I used to go management office, get it for like under 1 million, make the money back in 2 raids. Now it's trash. Weapons testing. This is actually a decent key now. It's actually a very decent key. Inside there, right? Most people don't realize this, but inside the weapon testing area, there's 2 crates. And next to the crates on the ground, you can get Bitcoins, Pro Kills, Lions, all that kind of stuff. Absolute amazing key and super cheap. Oh yeah, GPUs. Fuck it, S tier. I'm not even exaggerating. S tier. It is honestly, for the value and the price and how much good loot you find in there, it is S tier. You go in there, you nearly always find something good. All right, that is labs done and dusted. Nice and quick. Didn't waste my time. If you go labs and you don't take a weapon testing key in there, what are you doing with your life? All right, Lighthouse. Last but not least, USEC 1 and 2, the safe keys. They're pretty much the exact same as the safe keys for Shoreline, but I would probably put it slightly more towards the customs way of doing it, because you will take their dock case in with all these keys, and then these will slot. You'll be able to slide all the loot from the safes into there. So I'd probably put it as C tier. Definitely worth taking, because you're not going to fill your dock's case with all these keys. This is all the keys you got. I actually been taking in all the other car keys like the SMW and Yotoda and that to see if I can find stuff to open, but nothing seems to open along the road that I've found. But I wouldn't knock them. If you've got room in your dock's case, might as well grab them. All right, convenience store key. This key is located near the village bit closest to the road camp. Inside here, there's a dead body on the ground. There is shelves that have loot in it, mostly food really. There's gold spawn on the ground and a med case crate thing. It's okay. It's nice to know you've got a guaranteed spot to get food and drink if you ever get stuck in that map. In 25 to 30 raids, I've found 2 gold spawns, which was a vase, and I think I found a lion. It was a vase and a lion in 25 runs. It's somewhere between B and C, but it is a nice way that you're already going through that area. You got extra food and drink if you need it. There is a gold spawn. Actually, no, I have found a lot of chainlets and gold chains. So we'll put it as B. There's not a lot of keys for Lighthouse to actually be arguing over which goes where, but I'd say that's probably about where it goes. Maybe could slide it down to the C. Police key. This key is pretty trash. I don't think you can get loot in there, and all unless chat can fucking correct me. I haven't been able to get any loot in there. It's an absolute trash key, so it's a dead key. Don't even waste your time buying it. Oh, it's intel spawns. Okay. I did not know. I haven't been able to find anything in there. How often would you say that it's intel spawns? You'd apparently need someone to boost you to the seat. Okay. What I'll do is I'm going to put this as a C, and then you guys can figure out if you should continue it. But it's still early days with the police one. Apparently it's all the fucking time. The viewers have spoken. This is now a B tier until I grow some legs and I can look on the seat better. It's a B tier. Marin key, house key. These are the big bucks. Let's go with these ones. I think these ones are trash. These are the ones that are both in the road camp. People say you can get like military tech spawns in the workshop. I have not been able to get anything good at all. These ones have honestly been trash for me. So I haven't really had much success. And it's for all the fighting you do to go through to get to these places. It's just not worth it, in my opinion. At best, fill your case with these because you can get them cheap, but I wouldn't go out of your way for them. Now, Marin key and the house key. So I would say Marin key is kind of, I'd say 50% of the time it doesn't have anything in there. 25% of the time it has like one good item. And then 25% of the time it has like 3 good items. So I would say Marin Key is S tier because you'll definitely make your money back. Say you paid 3 to 5 million for this key, you'd probably make your money back. If you paid 3 million, you'd make your money back, I'd say in probably 30 runs. And then everything after that is profit. And I'd say about the same for the house key. The house, okay, let me explain. Marin Key has vertexes, RFIDs, and pro kills, Bitcoins, GP coins. It's really, really solid. The house key has Bitcoin spawns, GP coins, has a jacket in there. Hillside, that's it. Hillside. They're both just really, really high tier loot. It's just a matter of how consistently you get that loot. I wouldn't pay more than 5 million for these keys. If you could pick them up around the 3 million mark, whatever that barter trade is, that's where it's worth. So, because you want to still make profit on top. So I would say lock it in about 3 million and that'd be good to go. A lot of people are using this to do barter trades for the dorm key. I would say just use it, honestly, because the value was about the same. I think I made 6.9 million off the 24 runs I did, but then that's kind of how it transitions across. Oh, by the way, if you get these keys though, and you can barter trade them for 10 graphics cards, do it. You've made a bank. You're making a profit. All right. That's the point I'm trying to make. All right. That is it for this video. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. Make sure you, if you've got this far in the video, like and comment for the YouTube algorithm, and subscribe, notification bell to keep you up to date. Try and put one of these videos out per week. I've been very, very busy, and that's why it's taken so long to get all these videos made for you guys. Also, raid series up on the Pestily TV channel. Go down the link below, get across to that. I'm going to be heading off for the next couple of days. I'm driving 2,000 kilometers to pick up a Lada Neva and driving 2,000 kilometers back with the Lada Neva. And then that's going to become the new YouTube/stream mascot. I'm going to pimp it out. It's going to be black with killer colors on it. It's going to make massive stereo in the back. I'm going to dump it. It's going to be like a massive Gopnik Russian hard base, cool little mobile. But anytime we do anything stream related, might even drive it to PAX. Maybe I'll bring it to TwitchCon. I don't know. How do I get it across the water? Maybe we'll make it fly. Let's finish this one here. Thanks so much for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed it. And lastly, see you next time.